Anthony Richardson has been named the starting quarterback of the Indianapolis Colts. He will start week 1, the rookie quarterback, the number 4 overall pick, the guy who is immensely talented. I love this move. I am so excited. I literally talked about this on the show yesterday. In fact, I was kind of disappointed. 7 o'clock last night, Hawaii time, I have a video all ready to go, and I'm like, you know what? It's 7 o'clock here. It's 1 a.m., it's I guess 2 in the morning on the East Coast. I'm going to hold off on posting this clip of the show until tomorrow. You know what the clip was titled? It was titled, Anthony Richardson should start week 1 for the Colts. I have it sitting forever on my YouTube now, a private video that will never get published. I'm very sad. I woke up to the news and was like, oh, well, dang it. Maybe I learned a lesson there. I should probably just post it immediately and not wait, because sometimes you wake up and already your video that you put work into is now useless and not a thing that is relevant to put out anymore. However, I'm so excited, man. I think the Colts got a really good one. I really believe in Anthony Richardson. This dude, first of all, I think he gives the Colts their best opportunity to win week to week. He's going to be raw. He's going to be learning as, kind of on the fly this year. He's going to make some mistakes here and there. But between Gardner Minshew, who I love as a human, and, he was 6 for 6 in the preseason game the other day, Gardner's doing everything he can to be in the best position to succeed. And if Anthony Richardson gets hurt, Gardner's going to be ready and could play okay. But when it comes down to this, it's that I think Richardson gives him a better chance to win week to week. He's got more potential. Gardner's pretty limited. I love them doing this. Anthony Richardson is ahead of where I thought he would be at this point in the year. Watching that preseason game, I was like, oh, wow, this guy is growing and learning and getting better and clearly putting in a lot of work to improve as a passer. And he knows the system really well. He's working great with Shane Steichen, the new head coach. And I think I got to say this. I very, very much believe in this young quarterback. Like CJ Stroud, I'm concerned. I like him as a person. I want him to do well in Houston. I'm not sure it's going to work. I hope so. Bryce Young, I feel good about in Carolina, but he is small and he's got a coach that failed actually in Indy last year, and he's got a aging receiving core. I don't care what you say about Anthony Richardson. I don't really care how he does this year. Long term, that's a guy who's got potential to be a top 5 quarterback in the NFL. As far as the best athlete in the NFL at the quarterback position, it's Anthony Richardson. He's an amazing athlete. Huge arm, ton of velocity on the football, can run like not only can run like a running back, he can run like one of the best running backs. He's amazing. I really cannot over-exaggerate how great of an athlete and the ability this kid has. He's a bigger, stronger, faster Jalen Hurts. And by the way, he's running the system Jalen Hurts ran last year in Philly. Shane Steichen, the head coach in Indy, was the offensive coordinator last year. I cannot imagine a more perfect fit at the quarterback position for Shane Steichen and what he's trying to do on offense than this guy, Anthony Richardson. I'm beyond the moon. I'm so excited. And I really think this guy's going to be amazing. I think he's going to do really well this year. I want to be very clear. He's going to have some moments where there's struggling. There's stuff here and there that's going to be, hey, that's not a great decision. That's a bad interception, stuff like that. But 3 or 4 years from now, we're going to look back on this move and Anthony Richardson being drafted number 4 by the Colts and say, he's a top 5 quarterback. He's up there with Josh Allen and Justin Herbert and Joe Burrow and Patrick Mahomes. I really believe that. And I think that Bryce Young is going to be good. I'm worried about CJ Stroud, but I think 5 years from now, we're going to look back on the 2023 draft class and say, Anthony Richardson was the best quarterback in that draft class. I really, foundationally, fundamentally believe that. I actually feel bad for CJ Stroud, the quarterback in Houston. He was drafted number 2 overall, and he's going to get compared. CJ Stroud and Anthony Richardson are going to get compared a ton throughout their careers. They're both in the AFC South. They're going to play each other twice a year. They were both top 5 picks, and I think it's always going to haunt Houston that they didn't draft Anthony Richardson. People will say, it really reminds me of Miami with drafting Tua over Justin Herbert. That's a thing at the time I was very wrong about. They should have drafted Justin Herbert, not Tua. But the view was, Tua's more NFL ready. He's more prepared to go and a less risky pick. And C.J. Stroud at Ohio State was viewed as a less risky draft pick, where Anthony Richardson only started 1 year in college. He's got high potential, but what if he doesn't work? And you're going to really spend a number 2 overall pick in Houston who needs a quarterback badly on a risky quarterback? That's a bad move. I understand why Houston didn't draft him, but I think their fan base 5 years from now is going to be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe the guy who's killing us twice a year in our division, we should have drafted him. And I really think that I just feel bad for CJ Stroud because he's never, ever going to compare. It's not his fault. It's just physically, he cannot do the stuff that Anthony Richardson can do. Almost nobody can. The way he can run, his massive arm. This guy is Josh Allen in the making. I really believe that. And I want people to be patient. It could take time. Remember, Josh Allen's rookie year in Buffalo, he had 10 touchdown passes and 12 interceptions. He was not amazing by any stretch of the imagination. But now, look where Josh Allen is today. He's a top 5, you could even argue top 3 quarterback in the NFL. And similar to Anthony Richardson, Josh Allen was the 3rd quarterback drafted in that draft class in 2018. Anthony Richardson was the 3rd quarterback drafted 5 years later in 2023. Remember, even Lamar Jackson wasn't the top pick in his draft class. Lamar Jackson, that same year, it went Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, Josh Allen, Josh Rosen, then Lamar Jackson. The 2 best quarterbacks in that draft class, 2018, Lamar and Josh Allen, were not the first quarterbacks drafted in their draft class. And man, I'm fired up. I really, really believe in Anthony Richardson. I feel even better if he was in a different system. Even then, you might be like, well, we hope he does well. But no, he's going to be in a system that's going to allow him to run the football and use everything he can do to the maximum ability. And I just think that this kid's going to reach his potential playing for Shane Steichen. It's a perfect scenario. I couldn't be more excited. And again, there's going to be ugly moments, but he's so much more capable than Gardner Minshew. He's the right guy to start week 1 to help the Colts win week to week immediately. And you got to forgive the interceptions here and there, but I love that they're pulling the Band-Aid off, making him the quarterback week 1. Frankly, if you watch the preseason, like Aiden O'Connell had a great day for the Raiders, played for 3 quarters, was 15 for 18, he looked like Tom Brady. Aiden O'Connell for the Raiders, rookie quarterback, looked amazing. But as far as the quarterbacks who were the top 5 picks, the rookie quarterbacks drafted in the first round, CJ Stroud, Bryce Young, Anthony Richardson. Anthony Richardson had the best day of any top 5 pick in the preseason week 1. And man, I'm telling you, this kid can do stuff other quarterbacks simply cannot do. And so I'm really happy for the Colts fan base. I love this guy. I'm going to talk about him all year. Like, I hope people always make fun of ESPN for talking about Patrick Mahomes a ton and how, all you're doing is just, you got your head so far up Patrick Mahomes, you know what, that you're not even looking anywhere else in the NFL. I hope you realize this show is going to be like an Anthony Richardson show. I'm going to talk about this kid endlessly. I love him. I think he's the future of the Colts. I think he's a potential superstar, and not even potential. I think he's a future superstar. I really, really believe in Anthony Richardson, and I'm really glad they announced this now, too, because now throughout the rest of the preseason, you can go with the operating knowledge. If you're the Colts at practice every day, it's going to change how they prepare, knowing who their starting quarterback is. And, ending this competition doesn't make any sense to have when you know who's the best quarterback. And, gosh, I love it, man. I really, really love it. I'm going to be so far. I'm going to cover this kid like a ton all year. Every little thing he does, it's probably going to annoy people. I'm really prepared for that because I think he's worth talking about. This kid, Anthony Richardson, he's amazing. And week to week, when he does amazing stuff, we're like, hey, did you see that throw he made? Did you see this thing? Did you see that thing? Talking about his highlights, talking about his big plays. I don't even care. I think it's justified and warranted. And gosh, I'm sad they beat me to the punch. I had a video already. I had this YouTube clip ready to go. Literally, it's sitting now, a private video on my YouTube channel that'll never come out. It's titled, Anthony Richardson Should Start Week 1. It's a cutout of last episode from yesterday. And dang it, man. I'm excited and disappointed at the same time. And I'm happy for Colts fans, man. They got a real one who's going to be awesome, I think, for a long time. And we'll see. But again, remember this. If it's rough early, Josh Allen was hard to watch as a rookie. He had 10 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. Kenny Pickett had a ton of interceptions last year. If it's not an amazing home run that's obvious and easy to see this year, just be patient with Anthony Richardson because where he's going, his potential is there. And gosh, I could not be more fired up and I could not believe more in a young quarterback. Like, also, just the fact that even between his last game at Florida and preseason week 1, he's a better quarterback. He's a better passer. He's even grown in that quick amount of time. The coaching he's gotten in Indy has made him a better quarterback, and that's a good sign that, you love Billy Napier at Florida, but I don't think that the coaching at Florida can really compare to the coaching he's gotten in the NFL and will get in the NFL. And it sounds like and that doesn't sound like, I don't have high connections there, but watching what he did on film, he's a kid who's clearly taking the coaching and just absorbing all of it and becoming the best quarterback he can be. And I thought between week 1 and the end of the year last year in Florida, he was a way better quarterback. And I think the potential is so vast, and he's clearly getting better, which is a terrifying thought. Like, where this guy could go, Anthony Richardson, I think he's got potential to be at the top of the NFL. I really believe that. I mean, he's a video game character playing in the NFL where you can't stop him. And once he figures it out and is really truly accurate and got crazy pre-snap reads, and he's got this insane anticipation, and he's doing high-level stuff throwing the football, you're not going to have answers for him on defense. You're going to be trying to slow him down, but you're not going to be able to stop him. And I just could not be more. I'm so excited, you guys. Like, I love this guy so much, and I think he's going to be awesome.